unshaven beard and hair, uncut hair. What's up, everybody? I know you guys have been asking, where are the van videos? How's the van coming along? Are you guys still working on the van? Are you guys okay? I want to thank you guys for all your concerns. Basically, after 4 weeks of building this van, we got to the point where we felt like that we can be in it for a few days. So we packed our stuff and then we went for a few days up the coast to kind of shake things out. It was far from being done. Well, maybe not far from being done. We were at a point where we felt like that we could be in it because electrical was working, solar was working. We didn't have running water, but we knew we didn't have to have running water. We wanted to make sure that we could sleep comfortably in it, and we want to make sure that the space was right. And before we put shelving into the cabinets and the doors in the cabinets, we want to make sure that we had enough space to store everything. We did 3 nights, and then now we're back. We got a couple days to work on the things that we know that we want to get done now before we got to go back up north again for a few days. So that's what we're doing. We're back on the build. This video that you're watching right now is going to be a bit of a time travel back to probably a little over a week of the build. At this point in the video, we've just finished our bottom bed platform, and I believe we're going to start building the side cabinets. Stay subscribed, stay watching. We will show you all of the build from then all the way up until now real soon. Here you go. Good morning. Day 19, 18? Rocking out over here.
Account and I have 133 subscribers to it. It's 18 yesterday. Today's 19.
Today's 19. And what is that YouTube account that you have?
Don't follow me.
Okay, so we're back on this build today again. Yesterday, give you a little quick recap. We got the platform built. We have these vertical corners up. Today, our goal is to start building out the side cabinets, at least like the carcass of it, and it'll be based on 3¼ inch birch ply using these 2x3s as sort of the guides, and there'll be probably other 2x3s added in other places as support that goes up, because the kids' beds will be suspended from the top using that. So we just want to make sure we have plenty of support. And right now what I'm thinking is, on top of just having that as the support, adding some rib nuts into the frame of the vehicle, frame of the van, and then securing the structure that we built to the side in at least 4 different places, 2 on each side. So that'll keep it in place in case there's any like sudden stops or accelerations. Big speed bumps. Mexican speed bumps.
Is there Mexican speed bumps in Europe?
There are speed bumps, I'm sure, but probably not Mexican ones. Let's get going. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This piece of wood, what we want to do is we want to form the shape of this wall. There's a curve on the side of the Sprinter walls. So what we want to do is we want to be able to flush the bottom up right up against the edge of our platform, but the top we want it to curve up. So to get this exact curve, I made up a little jig here. It's a piece of wood with a pencil taped to it, and the distance from the tip of the pencil to the edge of this wood, which I have taped up so it glides easier. This technique is called scribing. I'm going to scribe the line on this piece of wood so I know exactly where to cut. You can see from here I just got to make sure the pencil is right on the edge when I'm pushing against the wall. And I just simply move up the pencil, or move up this piece of wood. That'll transfer the shape of this wall right up to my board.
You're like a magician. How did you learn this?
Where do you think I learned everything?
YouTube.
All right, so we'll cut that. What do you think of this space, Luca? You collapsed. Don't put your feet on anything yet. Nothing is stained. Nothing is protected. You get it dirty. we'll cut these pieces of wood right here for the front face of that covers the bottom of the bed platform, and also it will cover the side of the side cabinet. Same over here.
And I'm holding on to the keys in case that.
Oh, I don't know you hit the key. So that's not totally screwed in yet, so we need to go return a couple pieces of plywood that we got. Somehow there were 2 pieces of Baltic birch, which is what we're using. And then the other 2 pieces that we got from the same stack was red oak. Which is kind of annoying. I guess that's kind of what we get from shopping at Home Depot. I don't know if it's the employees there misstacking wrong pieces of wood and wrong pieces of foam on the different stacks of materials they have, or if it's people taking them off, putting them back in the wrong places. It's probably a little bit of both. Fortunately, it's not too far. Oh my gosh. That's kind of thing. How are you gonna get your head out? Oh boy, you might be stuck in there. Look, I don't do that anymore.
It's easy.
Oh, okay. Your whole body can come out? All right. Don't do that anymore. So, back to Home Depot. Get some more plywood. We should think about what else we need. We might need more 2x6s. I mean 2x3s. Okay, you want to get some like just clear polyurethane, or?
Yeah, I have a screenshot of what somebody's using. Birch and pine ladies are using, so
Oh, okay.
it's safe. So I wanted to try to see if Home Depot has safe stain.
Okay. All right, let's go. Okay. And we'll get some lunch. Okay. We'll be back. It's like a war zone here. All kinds of cut pieces everywhere. Tools everywhere on the sidewalk. Plywood, 2x3s, measuring tape, drills. It doesn't look like we did very much, but today was more about figuring out how we're gonna do these side cabinets than anything else. So we got a few pieces in place, and the tricky part about all this is deciding whether to fix them in place first and then build up, or build them into its place, and how to do a combination of both actually. And the tricky part is how do you fasten, for example, like a piece of plywood to a 2x3 when you have the van behind it. So some of the stuff had to come out, get fastened up, and then get put back in. It doesn't look like we did a whole lot, but there's a lot of logistical stuff that was figured out. We're gonna call it a day. It's dinner time, it's getting dark. We'll resume this weekend. We're gonna work through the weekend. It's getting close to the end of the month when we're supposed to be wrapping this thing up, but
We started late too. We didn't start April 1st like we were supposed to.
no, we started late, and yeah, we haven't been working full days every day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. The blimp is flying right over us. Get the kids.
Hello, Blimp!
You okay now? Okay, good. Check it out. This is the end of our day. We didn't have an intro to this day, basically, but you saw some videos of the build from earlier. So basically what we've done for the last couple of days is, yesterday was mostly just brainstorming, logistics, figuring the numbers out. It's not poison, you're safe. Figuring out all the calculations, figuring out where all the supports need to go, doing test cuts of pieces of wood. We're trying to be pretty efficient, so trying to work all this stuff out before we actually go and implement. So this morning we came out here. We actually went to Home Depot and got some more wood. As usual.
We have to tell people, they just expect it.
That's true. You guys don't even need to hear that anymore. You just assume we went to Home Depot this morning, right?
Daddy, it's the outside, not the inside.
No!
The rip-off. Don't.
Ice cream man.
Don't eat it.
What is this?
What is this? What is this magnet?
We've got it all figured out. The hard part was to kind of commit to that first cut from the plan that we have, and also figuring out what to use, what kind of connections to use for what cut. So we're using a combination of L brackets, butt joints, and pocket holes, glue, just pretty much everything under the sun. So anyways, we're using a combination of methods to put this together. Let me give you guys a closer look of what everything looks like so far. Yeah, for the most part, we're pretty good. There's some, the really hard part for building this on the side of the road is it's not level.
Right.
We're not level. Like, I guess we could use our Lynx levelers to get level. Here is going to be the lower cabinet in the back. There's going to be a piece. So this is a shelf, and this is the top. And there's going to be this piece that will cover this back up. Right, so that's going to form that rear cabinet. And then we have the front piece. Do you want to grab one of the big side pieces so we can put that up? So this one is the driver's side piece, but okay, we can put it on the driver's side. Oh, that piece is going to fall. Something's going to fall.
It's not.
Okay. You want to push that flush against there? You probably want to get in there. That's going to be the front, and you see there's going to be two doors. And then there's going to be this piece back here that will close up the back, which will seal up the back of the cabinet. And then there'll be a front piece that covers up the entire front. And then we're going to put a cap over the top of everything, so that this entire side cabinet will become part of the support for the kids' bed. And the kids' bed will be up here, and it'll go all the way across to the other side. So we did all the cutting, we did all the measuring, aside from this piece that apparently now we'll redo. This piece is the one that we did at the very end of the day. So again,
You said we were going to mess up if we kept going.
usually, if you push it farther than your capabilities are, farther than your brain is willing to work, you'll screw something up, which we did. We didn't want to screw this thing in, even though this has been ready. The second we screw this in, we lose access to a lot of the stuff in the back. We're going to wait until everything else is installed before this piece goes in. And that way we can also kind of sand down any high points from the other pieces of wood that are coming out. And you can see we'll have a decent sized little compartment here with a little ledge so things won't fall out. We'll put a door on here. We'll put a door on there too. And over on the other side will be a mirror image over here. And then when we have the bed platform for the kids, we're going to make a couple of holes inside the wall of the Sprinter that'll tie to the frame with a metal bracket that comes out to also the same height as the bed. And then all of this will be tied to 4 points in the van. So this whole thing, because this is all connected, including all the way down to the floor, and then all the way to the top, including this platform, this cabinet, it will all be tied to those 4 points in the frame, so it won't move. So even though we didn't screw anything down into the floor of the van, by having those 4 corners tied into the van, it's going to be secure. Even if we go down bumpy roads, it's not going to move. And then obviously when we finish with all this, we'll start working on the kitchen cabinet, and then also the cabinet that goes under the fridge, and also the fridge will strap into. That'll be our last two pieces of furniture that we'll have to build before we button everything up.
Yeah.
So we made really good progress today. I feel good about what we've done. And instead of continuing pushing forward, we're just gonna call it a day so that we don't make any more mistakes. So we're not also cutting wood and using dangerous tools in the dark. But we will come back tomorrow and start assembling these side cabinets. So hopefully, you know, by noon-ish tomorrow, we will have a fully enclosed side cabinet. We can start building the top bed. After that, and then once that's all buttoned up, we can start building the kitchen cabinet and the fridge cabinet. Again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for continuing to follow us through this build. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them below. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Otherwise,
Don't unsubscribe.
we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.